There's a reason why the top 1% seem to live in a different world. They think differently, they move differently. They win quietly, strategically, and consistently. But here's the catch. What gets them ahead is almost never taught in school. In fact, some of the most powerful success principles, the kind that create real wealth, time, freedom, and impact, are completely left out of the traditional classroom. And the question is, why? Is it because schools don't know, or because schools were never designed to teach you how to win, only how to comply? In this video, we're going to uncover what the top 1% actually know and practice, the habits, beliefs, and frameworks that the wealthy, influential, and powerful use to build the lives most people only dream of. Ready to see the hidden curriculum? Let's dive in. From a young age, school teaches you to raise your hand, ask for permission, and follow instructions. It rewards memorization over imagination. It teaches answers, not questions, and it conditions you to play it safe. But here's the truth. The top 1% don't follow the rules, they write their own. They don't wait for instructions, they take initiative. They don't seek permission, they create opportunities. While most people are trained to be good employees, the 1% learn how to lead, solve, and own. Leadership isn't about a title, it's about responsibility. It's about thinking independently, making decisions, and influencing outcomes. And leadership, unlike trigonometry, will change your life. School prepares you to get a job. It tells you to pick a safe path, get good grades, and work hard for someone else. But the 1% know something most don't. Jobs don't create freedom. Value does. The highest earners in the world don't trade time for money. They trade solutions for income. They find problems, solve them at scale, and get paid accordingly. Think about it. Jeff Bezos solved the problem of online shopping convenience. Elon Musk is solving problems in transportation and energy. Oprah solved the problem of connection and empowerment at scale. The bigger the problem you solve, the more valuable you become. So instead of asking, what job should I get? Start asking, what problem can I solve that others deeply care about? Let's be honest, how much of what you learned in school are you actually using? Can you recall the quadratic formula on command? Probably not. But here is what the 1% focus on instead. Skills that never expire and compound over time. These include emotional intelligence, understanding and managing your own emotions, and reading others' persuasion and communication. The ability to influence, sell, and inspire problem solving. Thinking critically and creatively under pressure, decision-making, weighing risk, reward, and long-term impact. Self-discipline, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. These are life leverage skills. They're not only useful, they're foundational, and they compound, meaning the better you get, the more powerful they become. No one teaches them in school, but they at the core of how the top 1% win. One of the greatest advantages the 1% have, they know how to teach themselves. They don't rely on a syllabus or a teacher, they're self-directed learners. They know how to research, ask the right questions, build from experience, learn from failure, take ownership of their education in a world that changes rapidly. Memorizing information is less valuable than adaptability, because facts age, but learning agility, that's forever. Whether it's coding, marketing, investing, or leadership, the top 1% don't wait to be taught. They go find the lesson. School conditions us to think in semesters, in test scores, in quick results, but the 1% operates with a completely different time horizon. They play the long game. They're willing to delay gratification for bigger return. They're willing to work hard today without seeing rewards for months or even years. They understand a powerful principle. If you can outwait, you can outperform. Building wealth, mastery, and legacy takes time. Most people quit too soon because they've been trained to expect quick wins. But success isn't Amazon Prime. It doesn't show up in 2 days. It rewards consistency, not convenience. Here's something wild. Most people graduate high school knowing how to graph a parabola, but not how to manage a budget, build credit, or grow wealth. Why? Because schools teach math, but the 1% learn money. They study how to invest, how compound interest works, the difference between assets and liabilities, how to make money work for them, how to build multiple streams of income. They don't just save money, they multiply it. They don't just earn income, they leverage it. If financial literacy were taught in every classroom, the wealth gap would shrink. But since it's not, you've got to take control and teach yourself. In school, you're told to focus on your resume, GPA, degrees, certifications. But in the real world, especially in the top 1%, your network becomes more powerful than your paperwork. Relationships unlock opportunities, mentorship, investments, partnerships, growth. The 1% know that people are leverage. They surround themselves with others who are smarter, faster, and more connected. They learn from them, build with them, and win together. So stop obsessing over being the smartest in the room. Start focusing on being in the right rooms. Most of society chases image, how things look. Fancy cars, designer clothes, impressive titles. But the top 1%, they build identity. They don't care if it looks good, they care if it is good. They focus on their character, their vision, and their values. Because identity drives behavior, and behavior creates results. When you believe you're disciplined, courageous, resourceful, that belief shapes your actions. When you believe you're capable of solving problems, taking risks, and adding value, show up differently. So while others try to look successful, the 1% focus on becoming it from the inside out. School often rewards compliance and allows blame. Why didn't you finish your homework? The teacher didn't explain it well. But in the world of the 1%, there's no room for excuses. They take extreme ownership of everything. Their wins, their losses, their growth, their mindset, their future. Because the moment you blame someone else, you give up your power to change. Success isn't about who's at fault. It's about who's responsible enough to do something about it. And that shift from blaming to owning is where real power begins. School teaches that failure is bad. A wrong answer gets a red X, a bad grade lowers your value. But the 1% see failure for what it really is. Feedback. They embrace it, they expect it, they use it to refine their strategy. Every business that succeeded failed along the way. Every master was once a beginner. Every innovation was born from frustration. The top 1% don't avoid failure, they outgrow it. So if you want to win like them, start welcoming mistakes not as endings, but as beginnings. Let's be clear, this isn't an attack on school. Education matters. Teachers are heroes. Structure has value. But if you want to live like the top 1%, you must realize that school is only a starting point. The real lessons: ownership, value creation, emotional intelligence, financial literacy, long-term thinking, learning how to learn, mastering your mind and identity, these are the subjects that shape success. And the best part, you don't need permission to study them. Class is always in session if you're hungry enough. Now it's your turn. Which of these principles hit home the most? What's one thing you wish school had taught you? Drop it in the comments below. Hit that like button if this video opened your eyes. Subscribe for more real-world wisdom, mindset tools, and personal breakthroughs. Because the best education doesn't end with graduation, it starts with awareness in your success. That's a curriculum you write yourself.